What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ranch. All right, ranchers, today I got my bare root tree delivery from the Whitetail Hill Chestnut Company. I ordered these trees back in the end of November on a highly discounted plan, and I wanted to get a couple of persimmons and chestnuts for around the ranch. So I ordered these bare root trees and they came. But here's the problem. I'm not headed to the ranch for 3 weeks. Oh no, what am I gonna do with these bare root trees for 3 weeks? I'm gonna show you how you can take these trees, open them up, leave them in your yard in suburbia, so when you head back up to deer country, you can get them in the ground and not have a problem. So now, optimally, you'd wanna open up this package and get to your trees and get them in the ground immediately. The sooner the better. Honestly, like within 3 days, is the most perfect amount of time to open up this box. Make sure your trees are still damp and wet at the bottom and get them in the ground. But I can't do that. I have a communion for my goddaughter coming up in a couple of weeks. Congratulations, Carmelina. And I'm gonna have to hold off on getting these bare root trees in the ground for a little while. Today, I'm gonna show you how to work around that so they're protected, they don't die, they don't dry out, and you can still plant them. What I have here is just a pot, half filled with some dirt. Dirt kind of doesn't matter. It's not like we're gonna grow these in the plant at all. We're not gonna grow them in the pot at all. We just need something to kind of like hold us over until we can get them in the ground. But they gotta stay moist. If they dry out, they're done. That's it, they will die. So it doesn't really matter what we're using. I just got a big pot, filled it up a little bit at the base. Make sure the soil is damp at the bottom. It doesn't have to be boggy, but you want it to be damp. And now, step 2. Let's check out what's in this box that came. What do you say? All right, some live trees. It says live plants. And you would assume that's gotta be the top, right? You got a nice directional thing, so let's open up the box. I may have cheated on this step already. Oh yeah, but the plants are upside down. Who decides that? I would love to know. That's flaring my OCD big time. So, get a card, thank you card. A little thank you note from Whitetail. We got some directions on how to plant them. Bare root, receiving, planting, get them in the ground immediately, which we can't do. And here are my trees in this little like owl pellet cocoon. Ooh, we got little granules. All right, so now we need to hold us over for our late drop persimmons here, our hybrid chestnut, to keep them moist and preserved until I could get them in the ground. Let's go. All right, so we got our bare root trees and our pot and my helper Sunday. You cute little girl. And we are going to prevent these from drying out and holding over until I can get them to the ranch to deer country. So here are the bare root trees. We got 3 of them. 1 hybrid chestnut. You can see that there, 1 hybrid chestnut. And I got 2 late drop persimmons. And we're going to take our pot of moistened dirt and we're gonna gently place them in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I have the soil that came with the plants. I'm just gonna pour in there. And we're just gonna lightly position them, not just, so that the bases are covered. And then we're going to just cover them with soil so that they stay moist. And we'll hold over until we're ready to plant them in a couple weeks. The idea is to just keep them wet up until where they were already moistened. They don't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm not putting them in there perfect like I'm gonna plant them or anything. I'm just laying them so that this pot works to cover the base of the trees and keep them moist. If bare root trees dry out, they will not survive and they will not be plantable. So I have to keep them covered like this in this pot, just like that, out of direct sunlight They could get some partial sun, but I got to put them somewhere where there's not direct sun. We don't want these trees to wake up too fast because we're going to disrupt them again and plant them in deer country at the ranch really soon. So now I watered them in, and we're going to place them out of direct sunlight, make sure the soil stays moist, and they should be good to hold over till I can plant them at the ranch in a couple of weeks. All right, ranchers, that's a way you can take your bare root trees and hold them over for about up to 30 days. If you can't get them in the ground from when the bare root trees are delivered to you, say like within 3 days, which is optimal. If you're going to plant them in 3 days, don't worry about this method, it's not for you. But if you can't get up there like I can't for like almost 30 days, you got to get those trees in something, keep them moist, keep them out of perfect growing conditions like direct sunlight, high heat, and that will let them hold over until you can plant them in the ground in deer country. Give me a like if this helped you out. And give me a like for Sunday, my new puppy. This is Sunday. Say hello. How are you doing? Sunday, like the day of the week. Thanks for watching.